Joining me is Steve Blaze, who is the chair of the city's Social Services Commission. Welcome.
Hello, Hiba. Thanks for having me on today.
Thank you for being on Newsbreak Live. And tonight we're talking about a very important event that is happening again in the city of Torrance, the Greater Los Angeles Homeless Count. And the city of Torrance, for the second year in a row, will be hosting as a deployment site. So why did the city decide to move forward with this once again?
So the city is keenly aware of the continued homeless crisis that's affecting a large portion of Southern California, especially, and for that reason, the Social Services Commission took a measure to the city, and they approved to host the deployment center for this year and for the next 2 years as well.
This is a big mission for the Social Services Commission, which you're part of, which is made up of volunteers, people from the city of Torrance. So before we move on and talk to people about how they can participate in this wonderful event, talk to me about the Social Services Commission. When did it come about and its purpose?
Right, so the Social Services Commission came about in 2015 and first met in 2016. We serve 4 populations: veterans, homeless, children with special needs, and adults with developmental disabilities. And basically our role, we're not a services provider, is to connect people to those services, to help educate as well. We have a number of service providers that are listed online on the Torrance website if you go under Social Services Commission, for instance. And we also host a couple of events every year as well. Right now, a couple of months ago, we had a Veterans Day event that we hosted. It was a lunch, and it was also a booth fair, basically, for people to come and check out different services. And for the homeless, in a couple of months here, we will also be doing a toiletry drive. And we're looking to a number of other opportunities right now.
One of them is obviously the homeless count, which is happening next Wednesday right here in Torrance. So how many years has the city of Torrance participated, and why is this such an important event?
Right, so the city of Torrance has participated for a number of years. Like you had mentioned before, this is the second year that we're hosting a deployment center. It's important to get a count, so LA County Homeless Services Agency knows how to direct resources. If they don't know where the homeless are or what state they're in, whether or not it's a shelter, a vehicle, or just on the street, they don't know exactly what they're dealing with and where to direct resources.
And that's how the count works, right? It's very detailed, data collection of homelessness in the city, and volunteers actually are on foot, some drive, but they're physically keeping an eye out and collecting that data, right? So tell viewers if they don't know what the count is and how it works.
Right, so the night of the count, which is January 23rd, you meet at 8 p.m. at the rec center, at the Ken Miller Rec Center, and from there, the Torrance City staff and the Torrance City Police are there to provide some basic overview as to what to do and how to count. Basically, you get a sheet. It tells you what area you're supposed to go out and count. They're divided by voter precincts, usually. And most of the counting's done from a car. You're not actually approaching any sort of vehicle or any sort of homeless encampment. The goal is just literally just to count from far away so people can get a picture of what the status is as of today, because homelessness isn't static and people aren't static, so they need to know where the homeless are.
Homelessness is something that cities across the nation are affected by. So tell me a little bit about being out there that day. You've participated before. What is it like, so we can get more people registered for this event?
Right, so the count itself, what we do on the count itself is there is usually a driver, a navigator that has the map of the precinct with all the streets that you're going to drive down, and then there are usually 1 or 2 counters in the car as well. So literally most of it is just driving up and down the streets, looking to your left and right, and counting various vehicles and counting homeless shelters and counting homeless individuals. You do receive training before you go out, like I said before, so it usually takes about an hour or two. It's not an all-night event, so we're encouraging people to come out. We need about 100 volunteers. Last time I looked at the website, there are 50. All you have to do to register is to go on the website, theycountwillyou.org, and register. It's really simple.
Whether you live in Torrance or you live in a neighboring city, you can still participate, right?
That's correct, yes. It's not limited just to Torrance. This is all of LA County. We had about 8,000 volunteers last year countywide. There were about 100 here last year in the city of Torrance. And yeah, go on and you can volunteer in any number of places.
It's also a really big event where you see various community partners come together. Torrance Police Department will be out there, Family Promise of the South Bay will be out there, and they all work as a team to make sure this count is accomplished by the end of the night. So tell me about that involvement and who is participating besides those organizations.
Right, the South Bay Coalition to End Homelessness is there. There's various faith communities and individuals that show up. And there's elected officials that show up. Most of, or all of the Social Services Commission will be there as well. And our goal is to get this done in a quick, efficient manner and get our data out to the LA County so they can direct the resources where they need to go.
So talk to me about these resources and kind of what the Social Services Commission is hoping for at the end of this count, and what resources are maybe something that you guys are guessing you'll need.
Right, so the LA County Homeless Services Agency is really the agency that directs the resources. Mm-hmm. They apportion those resources based off of partially the homeless count, mm-hmm. and after they compile the data, they figure out where to direct resources. So I know they're looking at a number of projects right now, everything from job training to,
right.
to shelter to different things like that. But it's the amount of funding that's been put out to the county and their mandate is really something that they're working on right now.
And for viewers who are maybe tuning in right now, we're talking about the Greater Los Angeles homeless count. Volunteers are still needed here in the city of Torrance. So talk to me a little bit more in depth about how this reduces and is just one step closer to ending homelessness.
Right. So you can't obviously address homelessness unless you know where people that are experiencing mm-hmm. homeless are right now. So the goal of this and every year is to basically find where people are so you know where and how to direct resources. The count is necessary because, like I said, homelessness isn't static. People fall into and out of home, and get out of homelessness, and people aren't static. I mean, we mm-hmm. have a wide, variety of commuting options and public transit options here in Southern California. So literally, this is a good method for people to, for the LA County to figure out where people are.
Why has combating homelessness become such an important mission for the city, for the Social Services Commission?
Well, countywide and in this, it is very much a crisis. We're looking at addressing that, helping to address that crisis with mm-hmm. this count, mm-hmm. and it's a quality of life issue for the homeless, and I feel that we have an obligation to help them out of that.
The commission does serve as a liaison with the community, so if people have questions, concerns about any of the 4 populations that you do serve, what do you encourage people to do?
Yes, they can reach out to the city manager's office and ask for the Social Services Commission, and a city staff member will be put in touch with them. But again, if you want to sign up for the count that's coming on January 23rd, go to theycountwillyou.org.
Right, and then the direct link to the City of Torrance count registration is theycountwillyou.org/Torrance_count. You have to be 18 years old. However, if you are younger, you can volunteer in the activities before you guys are deployed out. So tell us about this event as a whole. Any last words for people who are watching at home and who are maybe considering it? And of course, if you want to pledge for these hours, this can go towards Torrance Serves, and you can be part of a bigger campaign as well.
Right. I'm just encouraging everyone to show up. It's a quick event. You show up at 8. I think last year we were done by about, most of us were done about by 10-ish, and you get all the training you need there on site. It's really fast and it's simple to do. There's well-trained individuals on site, and if you have questions, I would encourage you to call the city manager's office.
And we have the number on the screen, 310-618-5880. Well, Steve, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
Now I'm going to reiterate this again. Community members interested in learning more about the count, or if you'd like to register, go to theycountwillyou.org/Torrance_count. You can also, as I just mentioned, call the city manager's office at 310-618-5880. Well, that does it for Newsbreak Live. If you ever have news or video that you'd like to share, please email us at newsbreak@torranceca.gov. Also, if you missed any part of the show, you can catch it on Torrance City Cable's YouTube page. Have a great night.